Alright, where I left off in the last video is I got you to go on to draw.io and I want everyone should be there by now, and we're about to start the next video. Alright, so let's do that now. Let's continue. So when you go to draw.io, you'll come to this screen here, and it says save diagrams to. So the easiest thing to do here, this is all online. Just go save to device. And then I want you to go to create new diagram. Alright, and then when you do this, I want you to go, I think you can go to flowcharts. Okay, and then just go create. So you should be there by now. Now we've created this. Alright, so now when we do that, I just want to make sure we're here. So I'm not going to go over this a lot. You'll see how I'm using it as I go. Fairly self-explanatory. This is a design tool. It's a drawing program. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a use case diagram for ordering a kebab. Okay, so let's start. You can put in some more text later on to describe what it is. I just want to get to how to create a use case diagram. First thing I want you to click on is UML. So this is all the design tools you need to create a unified modelling language. So to create a diagram that I want. It's just taken a while. Here we go. Alright, now the first thing I want to do when creating my kebab system is I'm going to put an actor on the stage. Okay, now just click onto the actor and start writing. This first actor is going to be the customer. Alright, see the actor is quite thin. We'll do something about that. We'll start ordering a kebab. So the first thing we're going to do is drag the circle here where it says use case. Here we go. And I'm going to write in order kebab. Now if I'm going too quick, I'm going to get the person controlling the video just to stop it and to so you can catch up. So we got, at this stage we've got a customer and we've got order kebab. Alright, that's the first thing we need to do. Now we need another actor. We're going to drag someone on this side of the system. Now that obviously person is, I'm not sure what the title of the person who makes the kebab, so I'm just going to say cook. You might come up with a better name yourself. Alright, maybe you might pick someone in actually it has to, remember it has to be a noun. You can't just put someone's name. Alright, so I've got customer, I've got cook, and I've got a verb phrase. So in other words, I'm saying order kebab. Alright, now let's have a look at our relationships here. First off, we need to draw a line to show the actor. And here I think I can just draw a line like this. So the first thing we want to do is a customer. First thing they do is they come into the shop and they order a kebab. Okay. Now the actual cook is going to interact with the same system. Alright. Because they also receive the order. So what they're doing is when the customer orders a kebab, they can understand what the order is. They start making the kebab. Now the next use case we want to put, it's quite simple. I'm going to drag this down here. So I don't want that one. Sorry about that. I grabbed that circle there. I don't quite like the look of that. It's this one here I want to do. Now the next thing is I want to sort of say take kebab. So after the kebab is made, the actor is going to take the kebab. So then I just want to now create another line, which is this one here. And I'm just going to draw that line just there. Right, Here is our system. It's quite simple. We're going to order a kebab. The cook is going to receive the order. That's why they share the same use case. And then when the kebab is made, the customer will take the kebab. So we need one more use case, because this kebab isn't going to appear out of thin air. The next case we need to make is make kebab. Who makes the kebab? Does the customer make the kebab, or does the cook make the kebab? Alright, of course the cook will make the kebab. Alright, so I've got my line over here. Alright, and there we go there. Looks like the cook makes the kebab with his feet, so we'll actually want to put it up here a bit. So that's it. That's my system. Quite simple. I just wanted to give you, just a bit of a heads up about how to use unified modelling language. Now, what we also need to do is remember we need to create a systems boundary. So I can just grab a rectangle here. Now, I will then drag that rectangle over the whole area. Now you can see now the problem is I've got a white background, so I either have to change here. So a common feature of a lot of these programs is it allows you to push things to the back. So if I push that to the back, that will actually go to the back now. So here's my systems boundary. So the system is basically the shop where people order kebabs, they make kebabs, they take kebabs. Alright, so we could actually put some text here. We could sort of say, we could put something here to indicate what it is. So we might put, kebab station. We could put something like that. So that's what this is, or kebab system. Might be a better one. So you might change that later on. So I'm just going to put that up here, over here. So here it is. There's my system. Now that's fairly good. Now I wanted to show you also how to do some extensions and some includes. One thing that struck me before, if we're going to do this, we might just extend this system out a bit. And a possible extension could be is when you order a kebab. Okay, a possible extension here, and you notice when I drag things down, it'll do that. I'll enter another system. And I'm just going to put extra ingredients, extras. So I'm just trying to think of a verb phrase of this if you want some extra things. So I might sort of say, request extras. Yeah, that'll do. So in other words, if I can have my standard kebab, but this will also give me the option. I'll have to move this down a bit, of having an extension. So in other words, when I order the kebab, I can also request extras as well. I don't always have to do it. So now what do I need? I need an arrow here that goes from what I want to happen to my use case. So this is not plain ball. Here it is up there finally. And I'm going to move this to here. Oh, it's going a bit out of control, isn't it? So we just, there we go. Alright, so when I order my kebab, I can actually request extras. I can have a standard kebab, or I can actually have an optional extra. Now, you could also sort of ask the customer when you make the kebab, you could also say to the customer, you could have an extra here where you sort of say, seek extras. So in other words, when the cook is making the kebab, they could actually ask the customer, do you want anything extra? All right. Now, the other thing we could also say as well, and one thing to show you how an include works, something that this system must have, would be this. Let's go to the use case. Now, we're not making kebabs for nothing. This is a business. So one thing we could do here, as part of the must-haves, is payment. So make payment. Now that is an include. So in other words, this is something we have to have. So we would have to then include that. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to include that. Now where have we got here? We've got our diagrams here. Now I should be using a dotted line diagram as well. So I can turn this into a dotted line later on. So I'll show you how to do that. So here we got the system here. And our system boundary is getting a bit tight here. So I'll just do this. There you go. Now we're going to have to move things around in order to fit some text in here. So this system boundary is going to get a lot bigger. I'm going to take kebab right down there. I'm going to make my kebab here. I'm going to request the extras here. Okay. I'm going to go make a payment here. All right. So as I said, these are going to be my extensions and my includes and my extensions. All right. How do you do that? So one thing I'm going to do now is turn this solid line. I'm actually going to turn it into a dotted line. That's the first thing I need to do. Then I need to click in halfway and I need to actually put in the writing. So it is a extra, so it can extend. So 2 dotted lines like that, and then I write extends. So in other words, it extends the system. It's something optional, it's something extra. And it looks like that. So order kebab extends. So if we go back to our software, if we go back to the exam thing again, here's how I've done it. Now they've actually done it in here. It doesn't really matter as long as it shows very clearly it's part of this system. So we have this double arrow one way or double arrow the other way. Now, do the same with this one. Again, it's a dotted line. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to write includes. Okay. So in other words, it has to have this. So we're not going to go through with our order for a kebab unless we get that payment. Okay. Or we could actually write this probably a bit more accurately. Instead of make payment, receive payment. Okay, so we don't go ahead with our kebab unless we've received our payment. So you should have been keeping up. Hopefully the videos will stop at crucial points to allow you to do that. And that is how you include a use case diagram. So customer, it's you. Obviously stick figure, because you haven't been eating enough kebabs, that's why you're so thin. You order a kebab. You can order a standard kebab, alright, just your standard lamb kebab, or your standard chicken kebab, alright, just with your standard garlic sauce. But hey, you want to go a bit different, you want to go a bit better. So listen, I'm going to have a combination kebab, and I'm going to have a combination kebab with, hang on, I'm going to have some chili sauce. So there's my extra, alright. So I'm going to request extras as the cook is making. Hey, listen, what else do you want? I want to have this, alright. So I can request extras. That's an extension of that. Now, when I also do this, you must have, I must include a payment. So I have to receive payment. So I'm not going to go ahead as a cook with this ordering a kebab unless I receive a payment. I'm not doing it for the fun of it, I'm actually getting paid to do this. So I make my kebab. There it is. I put it on the counter. There's your kebab. It's wrapped up in alfoil. It's in a white paper bag. Okay? You can start to see the fat dripping out of it. You start to get hungry. You paid for it. There it is. You've waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Remember the Gantt chart from last week. However long it takes. Then you grab your kebab and you eat it and you're not so thin. There is our system for kebab station. Okay. So that's, hopefully you'll do this. Now I'm going to set you a few other tasks on the blog. One of the tasks I'm going to get you to do now is I want you to have a system for ordering a kebab and receiving your kebab, but you're going to do it online. So you're going to figure out how to do this online, how to have an online ordering and receiving kebab system where someone will come around to your house and they'll drop the kebab off. Alright, so there's our next thing. So hopefully you've got that now, and this is the end of the second video, and hopefully you've got your head around how to actually make a kebab. Now before we finish, I want you to tell who is ever controlling the video, put your thumbs up if you've got this, if you understand it. Alright. I want you to put your thumbs up or your hands up if you're sort of getting it. Okay. Now I also want to get some feedback if you just still haven't got a clue. And I'd like someone to record that so that I can get some feedback on how you're going. Alright, so I'll finish now. Now to save it, you go save, and you can choose where you want to save it to, and then I can save it somewhere, and I actually will save it because I want to use it later on. And I'm just going to save it now to my Dropbox, and I'll be saving that a bit later on, so don't you worry about that. And I will finish the video now when I find this.